The Giants have agreed to terms with wide receiver Corey Coleman, according to media reports. The deal is contingent on Coleman passing a physical. Corey Coleman was a member of the Giants in 2018 and 2019. He will only turn 26 years old in July. Originally a first-round pick of the Cleveland Browns, 15th overall in the 2016 NFL Draft. He is a big play wide receiver. He has speed to burn. You go back to his Baylor Pro Day, a big reason why he was selected where he was in the first round. He ran a 4.37 40-yard dash. But the reason he never took off over the course of his NFL career is that he's been plagued by injuries. And that's what cut his season short with the Giants last year. After a very impressive spring, he was dynamite in OTAs on the field during those spring practices. He got hurt at the very beginning of training camp, tore his ACL at the end of July, so he missed the entire year in 2019, trying to come back from that injury and regain his old explosive form for the 2020 season. Now, Corey Coleman is not just a wide receiver, though he is an explosive outside player that can stretch the field and get deep. In 2018 for the Giants, when he did join the team midseason, had to learn the offense on the run, he caught 5 passes for 71 yards. But he was a weapon on special teams in the return game. A dynamic kick returner, also did a little bit in terms of punt return, but he was a big return waiting to happen in the kick game. So he's a big-time special teams player. Remember, Joe Judge, former special teams coordinator from the Patriots, values the return game, so they hope Corey Coleman can perhaps help them there as well as at the wide receiver position. Coleman is not the only receiver the Giants brought back from their team last year. Earlier this offseason, they did agree to a 2-year contract extension with wide receiver Cody Core, according to Tom Pelissero of NFL Network. Of course, all these deals are pending a past physical. And Cody Core is a player, you don't see him much on the field as a receiver, but much like Coleman, but in a different way, an ace special teams player. He is a dynamic gunner, constantly downing balls inside the 20, inside the 10, inside the 5, beating double teams on the outside on punt coverage. He was a man possessed, getting to that football, helping the Giants win the field position battle. So these receivers not only helping the Giants on offense, but they're important on special teams. Both Coleman and Core will help there. And the Giants have the luxury of being able to use those players as core special teamers because of what they have at the top of their wide receiver depth chart. They have 3 players that can all be dynamic weapons in the receiving game. You have veteran Golden Tate, who will be heading into his second year with the Giants. He can play outside. He can play the slot. One of the best receivers in the NFL with the ball in his hands after the catch. You can depend on him, and he will be there when the Giants need him this year. A very, very good high-end starter in the National Football League as a receiver. Then you have Sterling Shepard. Missed some games due to a concussion last year, but he has been another player for the Giants that can play inside or outside, good hands, very difficult to cover one-on-one, especially in the slot, big-time third down target, and also with the ball in his hands, can be an explosive player. Then you have Darius Slayton, a day 3 draft pick from last year, had a dynamic rookie year. He's a little bit taller, just over 6 feet tall, but he has speed to burn on the sideline. He can run past defenders. He can go up, make contested catches with the ball in the air with cornerbacks all over him. He can locate the ball, go and get it at its high point, and make those tough contested catches. He will only improve as his career goes on and become more than just a deep threat. Already last year, perhaps the Giants' best and most productive wide receiver over the course of the year. So big things ahead for Darius Slayton as he continues to expand his game and becomes a better player. So that's a look at where the Giants stand at wide receiver right now. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you being with us.
Hey Giants fans, Saquon Barkley here. You want to see more videos? Subscribe below.